Well, let's just turn that camera on. So hello, and this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com, coming to you for your personal growth and spiritual development. And I'm just about to go live in my Mind, Body, Spirit group, but I'm letting you guys watch it. So I'm just going to go live now. Stay with me and this will get really good. Hi everybody in MBS group, and just to let you know, this is Mike from MrMikeGnosis.com, coming to you for your personal growth and spiritual development. I've got two cameras working here, so I'm talking to two communities, my YouTube Vimeo community and my MBS group. It's only the MBS group, Mind, Body, Spirit, that are actually interactive, and because the notification for this was quite late in the day, I don't know how many people are going to join me, but I hope that you'll put your comments in the comments box below as you come online. And I also hope that as you watch this, whatever time frame, time zone, whenever you watch this in the future, that you'll put your comments and I'll always respond to you. Within the MBS group, we've been talking about manifestation, creation, reality. And this particular going live is titled Future Reality, Experiencing It. So I'm going to touch on several things, and as always I'm going to be guided more by intuition and conscious connection, rather than being guided by notes. I'm just going to turn this off in case it's affecting the broadcast. I really want people in the MBS group and people in the wider unity consciousness of the world to grasp the concept of you being the creator. And I always use the expression that you are the witness, that you are the observer, that we have a body, we have a mind, but we're not the mind, we're not the body. The body is just, if you like, a space suit, and you're a spaceman or woman or a space child, and that you are viewing the world through a five-sensory reality that this spacesuit gives you the privilege to experience. You are the experiencer, and in fact that's what everything is. It's experience. There is no reality as such, there's just your perception of it. You are the imagination of yourself. The word imagination, the etymology of imagination is it's the nation of images, and whatever images you create, you actually project out into this screen, this holographic universe, this morphogenetic potentiality, and that's what you create. That the universe as such is just an opportunity, and that we are consciousness interacting with universal mind. Universal mind is this potentiality, and we as consciousness intelligence within this field can interact with this field, because we are a field, we are a matrix of energy. We are the micro interacting with the macro, and we're interacting with each other, and we're all micros. We're all clouds in the sky or drops in the ocean. Once you understand that you can get control of yourself first, then you might start to grasp the concept that you can actually control things outside of you, because there's no separation. This skin does not separate you from what's outside. We tend to think that the skin and everything within the skin is ours, and everything outside of the skin is everybody else and everything else, and that's not true. We're all in the same soup. We're all in the same matrix. We're all in the same energy system. We're all one, just labelled, which makes us feel individual. And we're just experiencing things in the now. There is no past, there is no future. It's all now. And these are big concepts, and I have talked about these. I don't want to get bogged down with these big concepts. I want to get into the subject of tonight, which is really how to get the best out of now, and how to understand how you can make a better next. Having said there is no next, there is only now, I do understand, and I hope you grasp the understanding that the limitation of our minds makes us think it's linear. I've said before, if this is past, present and future, we think we remember the past and we imagine the future. Most of us worry about the future and regret the past, or we have memories of regret and anxieties about the future. Forget worry, forget anxiety, enjoy now. But if you turn it that way, that's what it is. It's not this linear thing of past, present and future. It's all now. It's this still point, this dot, and I've talked about that before on other MikeGnosis presentations, of which this is one, continuing the concept online, but also within my group offering training around this. Now I know that people watching this who aren't in my MBS group won't get the training, but you can seek the training elsewhere or come to me, whatever. But just understanding and having awareness of the concept is, you're more than halfway there. Just opening your mind and not blocking your mind to the possibility that you are God, the grand organising designer, God, that you are the witness, that you are the experiencer, but you're also the creator. And because this is all vibration, because it's all morphogenetics, because at whatever frequency you vibrate, you will see a reality consistent with that. If you can change your vibration, you'll change your potential future. And I'm going to talk about the dynamics and how to specifically do that with techniques. And as always, I'm never saying I'm right. I'm just offering this. In my life, I found it's right, and many of my students and clients have. And in fact, metaphysics will teach you, and has for thousands of years through certain open-minded religions and belief systems, more than religions, because religions by definition aren't open-minded. But some religions, behind the dogma, behind the manipulation by people, the actual prophet, the sage, the seer, taught the wisdom, then it was twisted by the scribes, the script writers, the manipulators, which today we call, what do we call them today? There's a word in politics which escapes me. No, it'll come back to me later. It's the people who actually say what our politicians say. These think tanks, if you like. These orators who speak on behalf of our leaders. But ultimately, behind ancient truth, which has been hidden with dogma and lies, and manipulated texts and scripts, they're all saying the same thing, that we are God. The Buddha says we are God. Muhammad, Allah, Krishna, Jesus, all said that the kingdom of heaven is within us. And only if we come, we'll only get through the pearly gates, only get through heaven as a child. That's not being childish, that's being childlike, it's being innocent and pure and uncontaminated. So, children have fantastic imaginations. We have lost our ability to pretend, to make believe. But we've got to make believe, we've got to believe a different paradigm, not the one that we've been taught. What we've been taught is a lie. Society isn't what we think it is. The truth is a lie, and what we've been told isn't true is true. And we can experience the truth when we dream. In our dreams, we're not limited by physical laws. And the reality is that when we wake up, we're not limited by physical laws either. We can embrace metaphysical laws. We can go beyond physics. We are amazing miracles. And when you embrace that miracle and use your imagination, like children do, and make believe, if you can believe something, you can make it happen. Whatever you believe, you can conceive, and you're only limited by your imagination. And everything that you think you can't do, isn't true. It's a self-limiting belief, and that's what blocks you. So you've got to start believing that you can do anything, and then that becomes your experience. You'll be able to do far more than you were yesterday, and far more next week, and within 3 or 4 months you'll be doing amazing things, and within 12 months your life will radically change, and within 3 years you won't recognise yourself. And that's my experience in health, in relationships, in finances, in success, in abundance, in love, in peace of mind, in all areas of your life. You imagine yourself into the person that you want to be, having the things that you want to have, doing the things that you want to do, around the people that you need to have and want to have. You can imagine yourself into a wonderful life. It's called Imagineering, and I love that. Imagineering, it's engineering, designing, and then manifesting. It's not just goal setting, it's goal getting. Because what actually happens is when you experience something, it creates a vibration, and a thought makes you feel something. Thoughts can heal you. Thoughts can empower you, but they can also take your power away in 1/600,000th of a second. You can think maybe there's nothing happening tonight. You're doing nothing. So you slump into your armchair. You might feel a bit low, a bit disappointed, very disappointed, very low. And then you get a text or a phone call or a mail or whatever. Somebody comes round and offers you a night out, an opportunity, a show, an event, a chat, a drink, a meal, whatever. And within 1/600,000th of a second, from being low and slow, with your metabolism in negative drive, in your immune system down in the dumps, no energy at all, you leap into turbo mode. You're smiling, you're happy, you're excited, you're up for it, your energy levels rise, your metabolism rises, your immune system comes back online, you smile, you're buzzing, you're on a high. And that is because somebody else has offered you something, and your imagination of that has just excited every part of you, every facet, every molecule, every organ, every gland, every cell in your body. And your whole energy matrix, including your auric field, is buzzing. Now we can do that for ourselves. We don't need other people to cheer us up. We can actually imagine those things for ourselves. We can create those things in our mind. We can pretend, we can make believe by holding images in our mind consistent with the life we want to live, with the experiences that we want to get involved in. And when you do that for yourself, it's nice when other people do it and support you, but that's few and far between in my experience. Maybe I know hundreds of people, thousands of Facebook friends, but in reality, who'd really be there for you? Who really has got your back? Who's there for you when you're not feeling good? Lots of people are there for you when you're a winner and you're on a high, but who's there when you're not on a high? Those are the people that you really want around you. Not the fair weather friends who are there in fair weather. It's the friends that are there, good and bad weather, if you know what I mean. That's just a metaphor. But ultimately, you know who those people are. You'll have a few of them, maybe, if you're lucky, maybe none. But you've got yourself. You've got to pat yourself on the back, pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and be your own best friend. From self-loving yourself, self-respecting yourself, caring for yourself, getting control of yourself, you can manage your mind and make believe and pretend and visualize. And by thinking different, visualizing things, saying different things, doing different things, you create a different vibration. That different vibration radiates out through you, from you, out into the morphogenetic field, into the auric field of the universe, from the micro you into the macro, everything, and shifts the vibration. And then the universe gets the message of your intention. If you hold your attention on it with focus, control and intent and discipline every day, the universe will organise itself as a big conspiracy to bring into reality everything that you deserve and desire. Because I'm what you call an inverse paranoid. You might have heard me say that before, but I'll say it again. A paranoid is somebody who thinks the world's against them. If something goes wrong, that sort of confirms and justifies that you're a loser, that you're not worthy. This always happens to me. Well, I've had loads of things go wrong. Pick myself up, dust myself down, look for the learning, and then I evolve to a higher, better level. I learnt that through martial arts. If I get punched in the face, I don't go down, and if I do, I get up and I kick and punch back. Now, I'm not a fighter anymore. I'm a good fighter, but I don't do that now. I defend my loved ones and my family, but I'm not going on the attack, but I attack life. Everything that I learned in martial arts, I apply in healing arts and in coaching myself and others. That when you get knocked down, you learn and you stand up, and you stand up taller. Makes you stronger. That failure is character building. And what you do, in my opinion, is you step up and you raise your expectations. You raise your vibrations. You send out stronger. You become a stronger flame, a bigger beacon, and you radiate more. Knock me down and I'll come back stronger. Because that's the way I've decided I want to live my life. And I've had lots of challenges, and each one has been a turning point in my life to evolve me to a better place. So thank you, bring it on. All the shit allows me to shift. You've heard me say that before, shit to shift. Put an F in it, shit to shift. S-H-I-T to S-H-I-F-T. So bring it on. It's like in sales. You know you're going to get no's. The more no's you get, the closer you get to the yes. There's no success without failure. There's no learning without mistakes. You have to fall off a bike to learn to ride a bike. So let's fall off, let's fall off, let's fall off. Let's stop wobbling until we're balanced. And that's the same in life. Stop wobbling until you're balanced. And then ride the bike, ride life. Become the driver. Because in the word motivation is the word motor, and you get behind the steering wheel and steer your life using your imagination, visualization, images. The nation of images, which creates a vibration. Imagination creates vibration. And the universe is all vibration. It's all energy organising itself into realities. And everything that you think about becomes your future. So be very careful what you think about, because if you worry, that's creating pictures of the worst outcomes, and that's what you'll manifest. And that's what happens, and it always has. Talk about having a headache and you'll give yourself one. Talk about failure and you'll stay in failure, lack and loss, or become a failure. Talk about success and the opposite happens. So I talk about success, I talk about health, I talk about peace of mind, I talk about love, I talk about my goals and how I'm going to get them. So for you guys out there, the message is to concentrate on what you want and to know what you want and create pictures and images around it, so that you're designing your future, because you're God, G-O-D, the grand organising designer, and you've got to design it specifically. Don't be vague, because your subconscious mind is a photocopier. You've got to consciously know what you want, know what it looks like, know what it tastes like. You've got 5 senses: touch, taste, sight, sound and smell. You know what it looks like, sight. You've got to know what it feels like, touch. You've got to know what it sounds like, know what it smells like, and know what it tastes like. Got to create a multi-sensory visualization. Close your eyes, relax, and on the cinema screen of your mind, with your eyes closed, in the darkness, create a movie of you doing, having and being exactly what it is that you want to have, be and do. Now if you're not very good at that, talk to me, because I'm a programmer. I'm an emotional coach and a mental programmer, and I can help you with that. But just visualise what you want. Dream it. And keep dreaming it until it comes into your reality, because it will. Because you're communicating with the universe all the times, and it's bringing to you what you're thinking about. So basically, look at your life now. And whatever it is that's going on in your life right now, is because you've thought about it. You've actually brought that into your reality, consciously or unconsciously. Don't blame yourself. Just understand that that's how it works. Getting a drink. Cheers. 31 degrees here. I knew one day I'd be in Thailand. Here I am. Why? Because I designed it. I visualised it. Look back on Facebook. I've been talking about this for 15 years. It might take you 15, 20, 25 years to get what you want. It's worth it. What do you really want? Are you prepared to hold on to a thought and visualise for 10, 15, 20, 25 years? I did. I was. I'm not perfect. I had other goals. I've got pretty much everything that I visualised in terms of health, circumstances, events, possessions, locations. So can you. I'm not saying I'm right, as I said at the very beginning, but I know this stuff works because I got it to work for me, got it to work for many hundreds of my students and clients. And I share this worldwide. And I'm not the only one sharing it. But I share my process. But there's other processes. So you visualise the future that you want, and then you let go of all concern. There's other processes that you can use, which I teach in MBS. And I teach to my private clients and within my groups as well. But this is the one that I'm here talking about tonight. And the clue is to get the feeling. You as the experiencer experience these things irrespective of reality. When I tell people they have no pain, that are in pain, the minute they accept that they are pain-free, they don't feel the pain. You can reframe pain. You can reframe many emotions. Pain is my speciality. Google End the Pain Project. ETPP. A charity that I helped many, many years ago when I had debilitating pain and still have, but manage it really well now. Using my mind, and so can you. I pretend that there's nothing wrong with me. I make believe. And by making believe, that belief changes my experience. I witness a different reality from the one that the surgeons and the doctors and most of my physiotherapists told me I was going to face. Who said, you never walk again. If you go back on YouTube and or Google, Facebook, and go back to 2007, 2010, I was 18 stone, immobile, incontinent. I wasn't accepting that. So I dreamt of my spine being rebuilt, being strengthened, my tendons being flexible again, my body working, and it wasn't. And it healed. And it's still healing. I'm a work in process. And as I say, there's goals that I've achieved that are 20, 25, 30 years of age, and I'm still working on my body because it's not right at all. But it's not anything like I was told it would be, because I didn't believe what the doctors said, I believe what I decided. There's another swear word, you've got to believe your own bullshit. You've got to pretend and live as if what you're saying in your head is right. That noise is a lizard. I live in the jungle. So ultimately where we're coming from is a place of self-control and self-belief and vibration and manifestation, where you visualise the future, then you let go and release all concern and trust the universe to bring it into your reality. And when you let go, the expression is you let God. Let go, let God. God, grand organising designer, not a guy in a white beard that the Bible tells us is there, or any other religious book. It's the universe. Although if you believe in a guy with a white beard or any other, I'm quite happy that you let that God as well. But just let a higher power than you. Release all concern. Don't worry about it. Worrying is negative. Thinking it won't work, you're absolutely right, it won't work. Whatever you think you can or can't do, you're right. If you think you can, you will. If you think you can't, you won't. So think you can, because that's what I did. And I did, because I could. Because my body reorganised itself around my beliefs. So anything that you want in your future, reorganise yourself around those beliefs. and the universe will reorganize themselves around these intentions, and then keep intending. Keep your attention on your intentions. Don't forget what you really, really want, even if it takes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. And some of you might be saying, well, I haven't got 25 years. I'm this age. It doesn't matter. You'll move towards it, and you'll have other lifetimes, other vibrations where you come back in a different body with a different name to continue the story, because you don't die when you think you die, and that's another story. And something else that's really neat that you can do is, when you're visualizing yourself with this thing that you want, doing what you want, having what you want, experiencing what you want, from that place in the future, whether it's next week, you want this job, you want to do well in this interview, you want to pass this driving test, you want to do well in this conversation, you want this relationship, you want this object. When you've got what you want in your visualization, in your dream, in your imagination, what's it feel like, what's it look like? Really be specific, because as I say, your subconscious mind is a photocopier. Put a specific goal in, a specific outcome in, and you get a specific outcome out. If you get a vague outcome in, you get a vague outcome out. You know, if you say, you know, I just want a partner, any partner. If it's a man you want, what's he look like? What height is he? What income is he? Same for a woman. What height, size, income, humour, education, what area, where do they live, what do you see yourself doing together, what sort of family do you want? Be specific, because otherwise you'll just get anybody, and that's not good enough. You want the best for you, and you can change your mind, but program exactly what you want. You want a car, any car. What is it? 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive, red, blue, silver, white, diesel, petrol, 4-door, 2-door. What make? What price bracket? You're buying it from a garage? You're getting it privately? What are you going to do with it? So be specific. If you're specific, it's easier to know if this person's right, this job's right, this car's right, this product's right, this experience is right, because you defined it. Visualize it. And then from that visualization, get the feeling and hold on to the feeling. Because it's the feeling, really, that programs the universe. It's the feeling, the vibration, the emotion, which has got motion in it, that moves the universe. It's the driving force, the inertia, that sets the universe into a new paradigm. It sends out little clusters of tetrahedrons, actually. We'll talk about the sacred geometry a bit later, but it sends out a molecular signal, like a Bluetooth. It Bluetooths to something out there, because you're a docking station. It lands on your goal and you're attracted towards it, and it's attracted towards you. You become like two magnets. It's the same with people. It's called animal magnetism when you're attracted to somebody, isn't it? Well, you can do that with objects and people, but you have to actually send out the signal. And then that'll get picked up, because you're a docking station and they're a docking station. And you'll pair to each other and you'll attract each other, the object. And you've got to keep doing it until it's in your reality. Quite a lot of people, it happens straight away. The more divine you are, the more instantly it happens. That's why Jesus created miracles instantly. He was a very high vibration. He was God, very divine. Same as the Buddha, same as Krishna, same as Allah, Muhammad. All the greats, they were able to perform miracles, and so can you, so can I. But the more pure you are, the more childlike you are, the more uncontaminated you are, the faster this process works for you. And then hold on to that vibration. So if you want a Ferrari, but you're driving around in a Ford Fiesta, nothing wrong with Ford Fiestas, and I'm not saying that Ferraris are what you should want, but just as a joke, then drive your Ford Fiesta as if you're as happy as you would be in a Ferrari, but keep Ferrari in your mind. Put Ferrari in your mind and have pictures of Ferraris everywhere. It doesn't have to be a Ferrari. It could be a house you want, a relationship you want, a job you want, a computer you want, a holiday you want, a relationship you want. Doesn't matter what it is. But don't be happy when you get it. Be happy now and be happier when you get it, because it's the happiness, it's the vibration, it's the movement of energy, the emotion, the energy in motion that will attract it to you and you to it. You'll be like two heat-seeking missiles, and there'll be a big explosion, which is what the Big Bang was when the universe came into existence. And your goal will come into existence in exactly the same way, because the Big Bang was the macro, and the little bang, your mini goals and your bigger goals, are the micro. Your universe will collide with other people's universes that you need to have around you, the right people, and the wrong people will be repelled from you. And the right things will be attracted to you, and the wrong things will be repelled from you. Doors will open and doors will close, consistent with your imagination. This is what Imagineering is all about, engineering your future, future projecting. And it will accelerate your future. It won't just come to you, you'll be projected towards it, and it will be attracted towards you. How powerful is that? Now the thing is, will you do it? And while you're in your visualization, what I want you to do is think of yourself, if you like I say, that's not the future and that's the past and that's now, it's here. So what I want you to do is, when you're in this Ferrari, or you're in this relationship, or you've got this job, or you've got this object, this experience, look from where you are back to where you are now, the timeline, if you like, which is an illusion. But now you've got the Ferrari, you've got the job, you've got the relationship, you've got the health. Look back to today. From here, look back to here, although it's this. So it could be easy to look back because there's no back and forwards, it's all now. Look around you. What did you do? What was the first thing that you did that took you towards your goal? You've got it in your imagination, in your dream. And what was the second thing that you did? Not only what did you do, what did you stop doing? And you'll know, because you've got it in your imagination, and in your imagination you're embracing your five senses: touch, taste, sight, sound and smell. And you might find that in this relationship in 5 years' time, which is perfect, you're a bigger person or a smaller person. So if you're a bigger person, you've got to put some muscles on or get bigger, or you might have to lose some weight. It might be the same for the job. You might notice that in this new job, in 3 years' time or 30 years' time, that you're not in the same house. You might be in a different country, in a different city. Where did you go? Because that'll be a clue, and you'll to what you need to do. It's very powerful, this. Within this visualization, you'll find, funnily enough, that clues and insights will come in. And the better you get at engineering, imagineering, visualizing, and I'm very good at it because I've been doing it for 35 years now, probably longer, but actually with process for 35 years, and then my own process for 25 years. I not only see things for myself, I see things in other people because they are reflections of me. And I'm able to join the dots of the synchronicities that created every aspect of my life now, because I've dreamt it, and every aspect of my life going forward, because it's all now. There is no past and future, it's all now. And when you get into this invisible realm of Imagineering, into the zone, into this still point, woohoo, well caught, into this still point here, you become God, because God is in that stillness, God is in that gap, God is in that void that slips in between the illusion of time. Because breath, life, is, in this dimension, is timed. But eternity, there's no time, there's no beginning, there's no end. There's low limits, no boundaries, no rules. And that's the still point, that's the void, where you avoid the trappings and the sufferings and the limitation, and you're released, and that's pure freedom. And you find freedom in these visualizations, but you'll find answers and clues to your future and understandings about your past by Imagineering. And if you want to know more about this, and I'm sure you do, then put your comments in the comments box below, or contact me, Mike Garner, at mrmikegarner.com, or inbox me on Vimeo, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Messenger, whatever. because I love this subject because it's so powerful and it's so empowering, and yet so few people know it. Less do it even though they know it. The question is, will you do it? Do you really, really, really want the things that you think you really, really want enough to put your attention on something until you bring it into your reality? Because if you do, you will. And if you don't, it won't. I'll leave you with this. Keep your mind on what you want. Visualize it. Future project it. And create that future. Keep your mind off what you fear. In other words, off what you don't want. Because whatever you think about, you'll bring into reality. And if you worry about something, that's negative goal setting. And then witness your thinking. And if you witness your thinking, you'll experience everything that you deserve and desire as the experiencer whilst you've got this spacesuit of the body. God bless. Bye for now.